Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Once again, I am joined by, as you guys can see with the guy's new name, I'm joined by Flashverse and yeah, Arrowverse scenes, and his channel will be linked in the description down below. And yeah, we will be talking about The Flash Season 8, Episode 4, which is obviously the penultimate episode for this Armageddon event, titled Armageddon Part 4. And we will obviously be discussing some theories about Episode 5, which is the finale for this event. And we will share some, you know, theories and answer some of your questions as well. So, yeah, to celebrate this Armageddon thing, as you guys can see, I kept my logo the same, but I changed my name to Arrowverse Scenes, and he's done the same. So he's become Flashverse now. So we'll wait for a couple of people, a couple more people to join in, and then we will begin. Hello. Some would say I'm the reverse. I agree. I agree. Hello. Yo. Hello. Hey, brother. Hope you're having a great day and a safe day. Much love and support. Thank you. Hopefully, you're having a great day and a safe day as well. Hello, okay. How are you doing? You're excited? Yeah, I am too. I am too. How did you like episode 4? We'll get to that in a bit. We'll get to that in a bit. We'll just wait for, or we could just start now. It doesn't really matter. Shall we start now?
I guess or just wait another minute or two.
Yeah, okay, we will. Okay. Hello. Ooh, Malik is here. Hello, I'm here. Welcome, Malik. Welcome to the stream. Ooh, we got a cool question. How will Barry get his gold boots? Well, I
Through
can
the
tell you
power
for a
of love.
fact. He will not get it by the power of love. But he is definitely getting it in episode 5. We know that for sure because we've seen it in set photos. So yeah, he's definitely gonna get them in episode 5.
Yes.
Episode 4 was a 7 out of 10 for me. The side characters bring the I have mixed feelings about the episode, and I will get to that when we start off with the main topics. This is a hello for you, I guess.
Oh, hello.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just get started. Now, there are a couple of announcements I would like to make before we actually get started with the stream. So, firstly, I now have the membership feature on my channel, and there's 3 different tiers consisting of heaps of exclusive perks, including members only live streams, how to grow your YouTube channel tips, group chats, and many more. So, if you guys feel like supporting me and the channel, you guys can go ahead and press the join button on my channel. I appreciate all the support, and the perks are shown if you press like near my name. I think it's somewhere around there. And also, I do have the super chat feature enabled as well. So if you guys feel like supporting the channel further, or if you guys want to get your questions 100% answered, be sure to send in a super chat. Obviously, you don't have to, but it will be greatly appreciated if you do. Let's see what the chat is saying. Oh, okay. We have someone spamming. Okay. You get your golden boot when you fix this damn door. Yes. Maybe we'll see Barry do like a Toby dance as well. Maybe.
Maybe.
Dawn must win last fight means Dawn must keep fighting until Barry is dead in final fight. Dawn, as long as I don't understand this. I'm sorry. Do you think you can translate it ever scenes?
Thawne must win last fight means Thawne must keep fighting Barry and or must keep fighting till Barry is dead in the final fight. Thawne as long as Thawne hits until Barry death leads A05. Well, I think he's trying to say that Thawne must win the final fight, but Barry must die or something like that.
Yeah, maybe,
That's
possibly.
what I gathered.
What was your reaction when Reverse Flash said he killed Barry as a child? I was just like, what the
I was like,
heck?
what?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
in regards to episode 4, that was one hell of a crazy episode to say the least. We got a lot of interesting things taking place, such as the obvious Barry becoming the Reverse Flash and Eobard becoming the Flash. We also had the reveal about the timeline change and how this new timeline, aka Reverse Flashpoint, basically came into existence. And we got some answers in regards to this alternate timeline, how Thawne was able to execute everything according to plan and basically steal Barry's life. So we found out that he traveled back in time to 2013, made sure that he was the one who got struck by lightning, made sure that he was the one that Iris wrote about and fell in love with, and he made sure that he was essentially the Flash. So what did you think about Thawne's plan over here?
Well, that is like super petty. Like I, when he said that, I laughed a bit because who does that? Like, there's probably no other villain out there who'd do that, who'd do
Yeah.
something like that just to be better than the hero, I guess. So yeah, I loved it. It was really good, that part.
And then with the icing on the cake as well, he goes up to Barry and says, "I killed you as a child." Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
crazy, crazy. Well, I've been thinking, right? Since Thawne basically killed Barry as a child, does that mean Nora Allen would have been alive in this timeline?
no, I don't think so.
So you think
I
both
think
of them are dead?
they're both Bart and Laura aren't alive.
Hmm. Ooh. Um, them running around the world was so cool. I wish he he could go to different places in the world more often, like Superman and Lois and Supergirl.
Yeah, it would have been cool if we saw them like run through Metropolis or like something like that.
Yeah, it would be cool, but the Flash doesn't, ever go up against these types of metahumans that often. Like when he goes against speedsters or something like that, obviously it would be really damn cool to see. But if it's like an ordinary meta, I don't think they would be able to do it. Did you all see that Sonic the Hedgehog trailer? It was dope. I did not see it, dude. Did you see it?
Yes, I saw it. It looked fun.
Ooh. Do you think that Ronnie's return is in the present or time travel? Because I really hope he returns. Well, we know that Ronnie is returning for episode 11, right? Was it 11 or
Yeah,
10?
11
11, yeah.
and
I'm
presumably 12 if it's in
I'm
a row.
gonna guess it will be through time travel, but I really do not know. Because well, Eric Wallace did say like some things happening in Armageddon will ripple onto the back half of the season, right? So we
Yeah,
could we could potentially end up getting some like crazy timeline changes where Ronnie Raymond does come back. That could be a possibility. Or the obvious as well. It could just be Barry time traveling to do something. It could also be related to Iris's time sickness storyline as well. Who knows?
yes.
Thawne is savage AF. He told Barry back in season 2 he wanted to be the Flash. Then he also said the same thing to Barry's daughter Nora in season 5. Now look, he actually became the Flash. Yes. Yes, very true. Very true. Thawne's just such a great villain. I love him. He's
Yes, definitely.
Now, although, this whole episode and like, Thawne's plan in general was pretty cool to see, it did have a couple of issues, and I think we both agree on this as well, right?
Yep.
Like, for example, yes, he was able to become the Flash. He was able to kill Barry as a child, but if Thawne was able to kill Barry as a child, how did he end up creating Reverse Flash Barry? Like they didn't even clarify that. Like if Barry Allen's dead, how could he become the Reverse Flash? That's not something that they answered. Do you have any theories in regards to what could potentially be going on over here or not?
I My brain is like dying. It's so confusing. Because if Barry technically isn't alive for the timeline,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he
So
should
how on
really be the
earth
Reverse Flash.
was
Yeah,
yeah, how did he even connect to the negative speed force? Like we don't know any of that and they did not answer that.
yeah.
So that was quite annoying as well. And then here's another one. Barry gets his speed taken away by Black Lightning during episode 3, and it was specified in this episode that he somehow only has 5% of his speed, right? Because he got his powers taken away by Jefferson. We could understand that. But with Barry as the Reverse Flash being connected to a whole different force, he's not connected to the Speed Force, he's connected to the negative Speed Force now. This should mean that he doesn't lose his speed. He should still have a pretty consistent speed. But Thawne, on the other hand, he becomes the Flash. So he's the one who's connected to the Speed Force, meaning he should have been the one that lost most of his speed, meaning he should have still been slower than Barry. So when Thawne says, like, I won, I finally won, who's faster now? That doesn't technically make sense because logically speaking, he's meant to be slower than Barry because of this.
That one's could be debatable because you can take it two different ways. Either
Go on.
um when Barry goes in there and stuff, his speed carries over to the negative speed force because he's swapping things, I guess. And then Thawne has his like just normal speed as well because he's going to the normal speed force, and he's had it for like 15 years or something like that, right? Because
Yeah.
he's been in that timeline for 15 years or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So,
I guess so. Yeah. I want the Flash season 8 and 9 to be like seasons 1, 2, 3 seasons that was OP. The thing is, right? I know I've said multiple times that Armageddon has been by far Eric Wallace's best graphic novel so far, right?
hmm
But I don't think the back half of the season will be good. I think we'll just be like season 7 where we're like, okay, this is going to a very, very good start. And then we'll just slowly go downhill. That's what I think.
I
And
feel like you're taking a bit of an L right there.
you think so?
Yeah, well, you thought that Barry wouldn't get his speed back, so
Oh yeah, you will get to that. We'll get to that. I'll accept my faults with that. But the thing is, right? Like if we have a look at the Flash season 6A, the Bloodwork storyline was insane, and then we go downhill with the Mirror of Monarch storyline, and same with I'm not gonna say the Forces storyline because that was awful, but episodes 1 to 5 were really really good, and then it went downhill after that. So I am very apprehensive in regards to how they will be able to handle be going beyond Armageddon. So how will they handle episode 6 to 18? Armageddon's been really good. It's been really solid and I love it, but I am really worried about the back half of the Flash season 8.
I mean,
Which
yeah, that's fair. It's fair to think that, obviously, because the show's been really inconsistent. But I don't know. I'm always optimistic, and I think that he can pull it off like really well. But there's
hopefully,
obviously going to be a
hopefully.
few bad episodes or average episodes. It's obviously not going to be perfect. So
That is true. Like
yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't think episode 6 is going to be good if I'm being completely honest. Like for those who don't know, episode 6 is going to be a Bart, Nora and Jay Garrick episode. And from the looks of it, Barry will not be in that episode. And as we know, episodes 6, 7, and 8 will be interlude part 2. And I am not expecting those to be good. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they are. But just seeing from how interlude 1 played out, I am not looking forward to interlude part 2. Hopefully Eric Wallace learned from his mistakes in regards to that. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, it could be similar to last season's interlude because we had the first episode was good, then the other two were bad, and we only know about one of the episodes for season 8 for the interlude, which is episode 6, which could be good, and then the other two could be bad.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I hope I'm wrong because
Yeah.
I want the show to be good. I hope I'm wrong. As I said, like Armageddon literally exceeded my expectations. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. So hopefully the back half of the season will be just as good.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm still going to be apprehensive because of the season's track records, shall I say. If Red Death will show up and Oliver Queen will be the reverse Flash, we will all have chills. I would die if we see that. That would be so freaking cool. Do you agree? Like, imagine Oliver
Wait,
Queen
Oliver
being the
Queen
Red
as
Death.
Reverse Flash.
No, no, as the Red Death.
Well, if he was Red Death, that would be interesting. That'd be so cool.
That would be
If it was from
insane.
like a different Earth,
Yeah. Because technically, Oliver Queen is the Arrow versus Batman, right? So
essentially, yeah.
if he is actually the one who becomes Red Death, that will be insane. But Eddie's gonna be in the interlude as well. He's in episode 7, right? Oh no, no, he's in episode
6.
6 as well. Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
episode 6 as well. Yeah, he will. And yeah, that's gonna be like a whole time travel episode just judging from set photos. I think episode 6 is gonna be good because we were getting Bart, Nora, and Jay, them in the Flash Museum, so it could be good. It could be, it could be. I was one of the people that found Bart annoying. I know this is a hot take, but I did find him quite annoying. So that does get me a bit worried. I know that's his character, and I do understand that. But just seeing what he did in season 7, like, don't get me wrong, Jordan Fisher killed it. But I found Bart annoying, and I'm just worried about how they will do it for episode 6 as well.
I mean, it's already better than like the other interlude episodes from last season because we've got characters that we actually care about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so episode 4 of Armageddon, we had some very well acted scenes as well. Like one in particular, which really stood out to me, was when Barry goes into Damien Dark's house for the first time and he starts acting as a villain. I really love that. Grant Gustin, like, Barry Allen in general trying to act as the villain, like, that was pretty cool to see. And then another one which really, really stood out was obviously that very intense confrontation towards the start between Eobard Thawne and Barry Allen. And then when we have like Thawne going like explaining his plan, and then he goes, "I won. I finally won. Who's faster now?" I love that. Is there any like very well acted scenes which stood out for you?
Um, well, you named the two good, like the two great ones, but there's also oh wait, no, you said that, yeah. So those are the two main ones.
And then like generally speaking of Damien Dark, he was amazing in this episode. Like, holy crap. He was probably my favorite character in this episode, if I'm being honest. Like, his interactions with Barry carried this episode. It was really, really great. And that handshake towards the end when they're about to execute that plan, him showing sympathy for Barry after he finds out that his daughter was alive in the original timeline. All of that was just so great. This is by far we've ever this is the best we've ever seen Damien Dark in the Arrowverse, and I hoped we could have seen more of this version of Damien Dark, but sadly he is back to the dead, and like I really loved, like, what would you say, the charisma or like the sarcasm of this character. Like when Barry's explaining what Thawne did, and then he's like, I went against the Flash and defeated them, and then Damien's just like, yes. And then later on when they explain the PED, and then Barry's just like, oh, when you killed more than, well, what did he say again? When you kill as much as I did, you begin to lose count. And then Damien Dark was just like, "Oh, you're even darker than I am." Pun intended. It was just great. I love that. Who was your MVP of this episode?
Definitely, probably Damien.
Damien Dark as well.
Yeah, in terms of just like cool seeing on the screen was Damien.
And obviously, we are not downplaying Eobard over here. Thawne is such a great villain. I love how he was, trying to impersonate the Flash, but he also showed like traces of him still being an evil person. Like there was that scene in the Cortex where he says something to Cecile and he's just like, try harder. Like that does show like he's, you know, not the Flash pretty much. And then I also liked how he was the more intelligent team leader as well. Like he ordered
Mm,
everyone to do something, and that is obviously something we would never see Barry do. So that was a very cool thing we saw in the episode as well. And I loved how he basically just took Barry's place as the Flash and just ripped everything away from Barry. This is just, such a reverse Flash character thing. This is part of his character where he just, loves to tear Barry's life apart. So this was definitely a very strong episode for Ia Barton as well. And obviously Tom Cavanagh's acting always slaps. He was amazing in this episode as well.
yep, as always.
Hello Cal, how are you doing? I love how Davies says, "Oh, it gets so much better." I love that too. I love that too. But he's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, it gets so much better." Guess where the PED ended up? And then they're like, "Star Labs." I love that. Damien Dark was, yeah. I think everyone agrees that Damien Dark was probably the MVP of the episode. We have a question for you, Aravises. Could you explain that? What is it going on? Thawne must win. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't understand this question.
can you explain it? What is going on? Thorne must win. The last fight means Thorne must keep fighting until Barry dead. Is in the final fight, Thorne, as long as Thorne hits Barry's death.
Do you understand it?
Uh, kind of, not really.
Oh. Why was Despero looking to kill Flash in 2021 when Flash is a hero in 2031? Please explain. Well, firstly, it didn't look like he was a hero in 2031. It looked like he was the one who was destroying Armageddon, or he was causing Armageddon, destroying the world. And then he travels to 2021 because that's like the day before he's supposed to show signs of him going crazy. So Despero wanted to go after him before he turns crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, we got a super chat. Sick. Hello, Cal.
Hey.
If you want to say anything in the chat, I'll just answer it. But yeah, thank you, Cal. You're amazing. They should have made the Godspeed the season villain and given him a proper backstory. I agree. I agree. It's not just that. I think that he just needs one more episode to
Yeah,
be a great villain.
that's exactly it.
Like if they took away the Allegra episode, or if they just added an episode 19, then I think his character would have been fully explored, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
And yeah, we next up we have Barry using the power of love in order to connect to Iris and tap into the Speed Force so he could reset the timeline. Now, normally, you would know in particular that I hate it whenever they use this power of love stuff, right? You
Yeah.
like I always rant to you whenever this happens, but this fit. This one was one that I was actually okay with. And like I also loved the pep talk Damien Dark gave to Barry as well. And like how he uses like his love to his daughter as motivation and how Barry uses it for Iris. I found that great. And that whole scene where Barry's just running in the Speed Force and he's thinking of Iris. I don't know why, but it just gave me chills. It just continues to give me chills all the way throughout. The CGI and visual effects, everything like that was so cool to see as well. And then that race in the time stream, you kept pointing out how much you love that shot as well. So yeah, I really loved that scene as well.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we have the whole timeline being restored. And I wanted to get your thoughts on it. Like when Barry goes back to 2021 and you see Desper just torturing everyone and then he just goes and kills everyone. Like what did you think about that?
I was not expecting that at all. Like a lot of the
Exactly.
other things.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw them, I wait, what? They're dead?
Yeah. I was
And
like, wait, how's Barry gonna fix this? And then when he like time travels, like, oh, okay. So it didn't actually
and
happen.
yeah, and then I didn't like how it was fixed because usually Barry would just come back and it would just be completely different to what would have happened. It would have just been Despero in there technically. No one would have been dead when he
Yeah.
comes back. But instead we saw like the green wave come through and restore everything, which yeah, we shouldn't have seen that, but it was a cool scene.
How was Barry able to hit Mach 20? Power of love. Yeah, it's pretty much him using the power of love. Ooh, we got another super chat. Sick.
Oh,
Batman01. Is there anything you would like me to answer? Because I cannot see a question. So, yeah, if you have any question, be sure to tell me in the comments and I will 100% answer it. Philosophers, what do you think will be the best final season, season 9 or season 10? I'm going to get to that in a bit, but I think it's best fitting for season 9 to be the final season. Obviously, I do not want that to happen, but like if you really think about it, I think it's more fitting, especially with like how Reverse Flash's storyline is going right now, which I will get to in a bit. I think it will be much more fitting if they end in season 9. Obviously, I don't think you would agree with me on this, right?
oh, it could be season 9 or 10 for me.
Oh, okay. So you agree that could be season 9 as well.
Yeah, I've been saying for a few years that it's most likely going to be season 9.
Can't wait for Armageddon Part 5. Me too. Ah, Batman has a question. Do you think there's a better way that this episode could have went? If so, please let me know. I found the episode pretty good. I would just say focus more around Despero's character over the side stories. That would have been something I would have done because we don't really like. He seems more like a hero than a villain, and I'm wondering if we're gonna get some sort of a twist with him for episode 5 because from the way episode 4 ended, it seemed like they're in good terms now, right?
Not really.
Yeah, but it seems like they'll be, or from the trailer at least, it seems like him and the Flash will be working together to take down the Reverse Flash. But
Yeah, something like that.
through set photos, we do know that there will be a final battle between Despero and the Flash. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get some sort of a twist
Yeah.
with his character. But in regards to this, yeah, I just wish like over the side stories we could have had more of an exploration with Despero's character, and also just clarify some of the plot holes they made, such as how was Barry able to become the Reverse Flash if Eobard killed him as a child, all those sorts of stuff. What would be something you would change if obviously you wrote the episode?
I don't know. Um, I'll just make it so it makes sense by. I don't know how I'd do that right now, but yeah, haven't really
Oh
thought
yeah,
about
and
it.
also the Allegra story, and that was very pointless. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
would
change
just, I
that
would,
for something better. Maybe what they could have done is just show. No, that wouldn't be good either. No, I don't know what they could have done. They could have just made their story better and not have it related to
yeah,
love, I guess.
yeah. I
But it
would,
still
I
would have
mean,
the same problem of focusing on future characters that we don't really need.
I'm just salty. I'm just salty with the fact that we didn't get more of Despero in this episode, but I guess that we will get heaps of Despero for episode 5.
Hmm.
Do you think that Mia will give Barry the gold boots? So Arrowverse Scenes actually sent me this theory, and I found it like pretty emotional, and I would actually love it if this is the case. You know what it is, right?
Yeah.
So you guys know, like if you guys have obviously watched Arrow, Barry makes Oliver a mask, right? For the Green Arrow. And then we know that Mia is arriving in this episode, right? So it would be so cool if we see Mia dropping into the past and then she's like, "Hey, I found this in the bunker. My father made it, but he didn't have a chance to give it to you." And then it's basically like Oliver's gift to Barry. That would absolutely kill me. But do I think that it will be Mia who gives Barry the gold boots? I don't know. I think he's gonna get it in some other way. But it would be really damn cool if this is like Oliver's gift. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see that. Not sure how likely it is, but I mean, it's possible. Or he like uses the Speed Force to like
Yeah.
what I don't know, I forgot the word, but he uses the Speed Force to get them.
You know what? You know what I would have found, like as a better explanation for the gold boots, if you will. So, like, you know how Barry was running through the time stream in this episode, right?
Yeah,
And then, as he runs into the Speed Force, it would have been cool to see his suit transition back to red, and then like that red boot turning into
yeah,
the gold boot, and then his lightning going back orange as he runs through the time stream. I would have found that way more cooler. But I'm interested to see how they're actually able to bring in the gold boots for the episode.
yeah. When we saw him run into the Speed Force at the end, I thought that he'd have the gold boots on.
Yeah, same. So yeah, Cal's just flexing the membership emojis over here. So we have Green Arrow, the Flash, Bebo, Goldface. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy those. And we do have a super chat from Cal as well. Who do you think will give Barry the gold boots? Well, I think I pretty much answered that already. It would be really cool if it's Oliver's gift to Barry, but Oliver never had the chance to give it to Barry because he's obviously dead. And Mia just comes and says, "Hey, my father left this in the bunker, and I just found it, and this is a gift for you." I would love that. That would literally give me tears. Aeroshell. I know you're gonna probably change your name to Aeroshell or something like that now, right?
Maybe.
Reverse Flash had the red boots on his yellow suit, so maybe Barry has the golden boots, and he doesn't though, because when you see him time travel back after the timeline's reset, he's wearing the red boots, so he doesn't have the gold boots yet.
Yeah.
I think this is yours, Arrowverse. By the way, I saw your edited version of part 4 ending, and it was really good.
Thank you.
He's a good editor. This guy who I'm talking to right now, he's a magician. He can do anything. I miss Arrow. Me too. Me too. I love that show so much. So yeah, we have obviously Barry restoring the timeline, and he confronts Despero and tells him that it was Reverse Flash all along, and how he was basically chasing him around the globe, and then that basically caused Armageddon. But he was trying to restore the timeline which he created, and then Despero seemed convinced, but he still had doubts. So we do know that he will be returning in this episode. So I'm interested to see what they have unfold for his character, because in the trailer, when you guys watch the episode 5 trailer, he does mention that Eobard could still cause Armageddon due to something he does, which we will get to in a bit. But I'm wondering if he will make an alliance with Barry, or will he be the final main villain for this Armageddon event? Like, will it be that the first half of episode 5 will be dealing with Reverse Flash, and the next half is that we'll get this twist with Despero, and then he ends up being the villain in some way? I'm not entirely sure. What do you think will happen?
What if Despero kills Thawne?
Oh, that's actually possible. That could happen. That
Hmm.
is possible. But would he? Oh, he would. He would. He would. Yeah, because. But that wouldn't make sense though, because we see Barry and Despero facing off each other at the end of
Yeah.
Arrow Show. Yeah, but we see Barry and Despero fighting each other in set photos, so we do know that something will happen.
What could happen
But
is that he kills Thawne and then Barry.
Barry just loses and just says you shouldn't have done that, and then
Yeah.
maybe.
Something like that. Or he kills Thawne and Despero does something and then Barry has to fight him.
So yeah, that could make sense, because like if we look at the synopsis for the episode, the conclusion to Armageddon presents an opportunity for the Flash to end his lifelong battle with the Reverse Flash for good, but the payoff could be too much for Barry and the team to handle. Meanwhile, Mia Queen drops in from the future looking to save a lost loved one, and she won't let anything stand in her way. So we could assume that from the ending of episode episode 4, where Thawne obviously comes into the time vault and he's like, no one uses time against me. I will live and I will change what's happened. And then he's supposedly using Gideon's help to basically attack the timeline and change certain things, right?
Mm.
So maybe what Thawne did changes the future, and maybe that causes William to die, which is what results to Mia coming to the past. That would actually be a pretty
It'll be
interesting
interesting.
theory because okay, because like in the promo we do see in CCPD that Green Arrow and the Reverse Flash face off each other. So that could be something that could actually happen. What do you think about this theory? If you're still there,
What was the theory that Thawne is the one that changes the timeline and
and
kills
then that
William or something?
yeah, that could result to William dying.
Yeah.
You think that's
Um.
possible?
Well, yeah. When I watched the promo, I came up with the idea that there could be something that Thawne did that killed William or like did something to William. So yeah, it could happen.
Hmm. Yeah. I cannot wait to see the interactions between Mia and Barry as well. And then also we do know that Mia will be fighting Reverse Flash in this episode. And just seeing that just gets me very excited because obviously her father Oliver Queen faced off the Reverse Flash in season 1. So now to see the daughter doing the exact same thing is just great and I love it. Hopefully we will see Mia doing the Nine Nights courtesy of Ray Palmer as well because that would just be great to see. So yeah, hopefully we do see that. Are you there or are you still AFK? Okay, yeah, he's AFK. He's AFK. Okay, so in regards to one of the portions of the synopsis, which is like the opening portion, the conclusion to Armageddon presents an opportunity for the Flash to end his lifelong battle with the Reverse Flash for good, but the payoff could be too much for Barry and the team to handle. So, what could be going on over here? So, Barry Barry could potentially like end up defeating the Reverse Flash near like the opening portion of episode 5, like towards like the start and middle. And then maybe Thawne does something which would cause Barry to snap. That could happen. And then Barry ends up killing Thawne. I would hate to see that, but that could be something that could happen because we need to get rid of this version of Reverse Flash in some way. Whether Barry kills him, defeats him for good in some way, or as you said, Despero kills him. Because this version of Eobard at least, he is reaching his final stages because he now has this new Reverse Flash suit. He knows everything that's happened prior to the Flash season 8. So he knows that he time travels to the night Nora Allen is murdered. He knows that his plan to kill Child Barry fails and in return kills Nora Allen. He knows that he gets stranded in the past for 15 years and disguises himself as Harrison Wells because he's literally wearing his face right now. He knows that he needs to explode the particle accelerator and create the Flash. And there is a possibility that season 9 could be the final season of the Flash. And for everything to come full circle, we need a past version of Eobard Thawne, not this version of Eobard Thawne we have right now. So we need one that has not killed Nora Allen yet, and one that has no memories about the fate which has been written for him. So one that doesn't know that his plan fails and he gets stranded in the past for 15 years, and we need the old suit because that's the one he had from seasons 1 to 7. So we're gonna need a younger version of Eobard Thawne to be the full main villain for the Flash season 9, or the final season of the Flash, might I say. So maybe what they're going to do is that they will tie a bow on this version of Eobard we have right now, whether Barry kills him or, to just defeats him for good, erases him from the timeline, whether the Black Flash goes and kills him, or as you said again, Despero kills him. That could happen in Armageddon, or I don't know, it could happen towards the back half of season 8 as well, because we do know that Thawne in some way will be showing up for the back half of the Flash season 8. I think that's been confirmed, right?
Kind of. Just just as story goes through all of season 8.
Yeah. So Armageddon will certainly not be the last we see of Thawne, meaning we're gonna be getting more Reverse Flash. So towards the back half of the Flash season 8, maybe if this present day version of Thawne gets defeated in Armageddon Part 5, we could be getting this younger version of Eobard Thawne being set up towards the back half of season 8. And then for season 9, if season 9 is the final season, he could be the final main villain of the show ever, just to make sure that everything comes full circle, where we can go back to the night Nora Allen's murdered and make everything make sense properly. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
What do you guys think in the chat? Be sure to tell me. Yeah, we do have a super sticker from Cal as well. Thank you for the super sticker. Maybe Despero tries to kill Reverse Flash and Barry will protect him. That could actually be something that happens, because we're gonna get a final battle between Despero and the Flash in some way. So maybe that could actually happen. So maybe like in like the start to the middle of the episode, they're dealing with Reverse Flash, and then Barry captures Reverse Flash and Despero kills him, or is about to kill him, and Barry protects him. But then Despero is able to kill Thawne, and that would cause Barry to basically go crazy and just fight Despero. That could be something that happens as well.
Hmm.
Maybe Despero. Oh, I already answered that. Armageddon promised a huge gap between Barry and Iris that threatens their marriage. We didn't get that, and we won't.
That was probably the Thawne stuff, right?
Yeah, it's probably the Thawne stuff. Yeah, yeah. Also, right, you remember the time where Eric Wallace said that there was this intense scene between the Reverse Flash and Caitlyn?
This episode probably coming up.
Do you think it's gonna be episode 5 then? Because we all assumed
Yeah.
it would have been episode 4, right?
Um. Yeah, kind of.
Oh yeah, and if Thawne obviously gets defeated, it would make sense if he ends up getting locked up and maybe Caitlyn has a scene with him or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe Thawne's about to kill Caitlyn and then Barry snaps and kills Thawne like that. Maybe.
Maybe. But in the promo, it has like all the lights shutting off in Star Labs.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that Thawne? That could be Thawne, and then maybe
That was my
in there.
theory in my trailer breakdown. I
Yeah,
did mention that in my trailer breakdown. Yeah, it could
in
be
there
Thawne. But
maybe Thawne, like Caitlyn's alone or something. Thawne, sees her, and then they have some sort of confrontation. And then Barry or someone comes in and stops Thawne, something like that.
the thing is, right, this has already happened. This is after season 4. So after season 4, he goes to 2049, or no, not 2049, 15 years before that. And then he gets captured by Cicada then, and then he gets stranded for 15 years, which results him to ending up being in 2049. And then he goes back to the past after Cicada's dagger is destroyed, and he continues on like that. So that has already happened.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask off topic, what's your nationality? And I don't think Flash will kill Thawne. See, I don't think Flash will kill Thawne either, but they're gonna have to find one way to get rid of this version of Reverse Flash permanently. That's pretty much that's a more efficient way to articulate what I'm trying to say. So it would make sense. It would make a lot more sense if Despero is actually the one who kills Thawne.
Yeah.
But again, would that be a satisfying conclusion for like the rivalry of the Flash and Reverse Flash though?
I don't know. That's the thing.
And with one of the comments earlier on as well, Armageddon promised a huge gap between Barry and Iris that threatens their marriage. That could be. I'm not saying it will be, because I don't think it will be that either. But maybe this could be Barry killing Eobard, and that could cause something between Barry and Iris to happen. Maybe like Barry feels guilty. He's like, "Oh, I've become this monster," and he like pushes Iris away or something. I could see that happening, but I don't
I don't
want.
think.
I
I
don't
don't
want
think
to
so.
see that. And in regards to my nationality, I'm British. I know I don't have an accent, but I'm British. What do you think about Eobard's suit? I don't like it. I prefer the other one. Oh, like I have mixed feelings about the suit. I think the suit itself looks great. Like when you see shots of Tom Cavanagh without the cowl, it looks amazing. But the thing is, right? The suit was designed for Grant Gustin. It wasn't made for Tom Cavanagh, right? So it was firstly made to suit Grant Gustin, so that's like with the cowl and everything as well. So that's the reason why it could look weird on Tom Cavanagh, because it's the exact same suit that Grant Gustin wore, and it was meant to be a suit for Grant Gustin. So that's why that could explain why the suit looks a bit weird. But in terms of like the design and stuff, I prefer the new Reverse Flash suit. I think it looks great. But the cowl, yeah, they did mess up on the cowl. But again, it's not technically their fault because it's made for Grant Gustin. So it was made for Grant Gustin's head shape and everything like that. You would agree with that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Cal's going. Yeah. See ya, man. See ya.
I still think for me that the old Reverse Flash suit's my favorite, but I still like the new one as well.
Yeah. I do love the old one because I just love it. It just looks really great. I don't
Yeah.
really have an explanation in regards to why I like it, but I do really like this one as well. Wait, if Thawne marries Iris, won't that mean that their form Bart is the clone Inertia? Ooh. I don't know, I guess, because we didn't see it, I guess. So I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not even. Yeah, I don't know. Bard in the flash suit made him look fat. Yeah, once again, it was made for Grant Gustin and his body. Like it's kind of like the same thing for Stephen Amell when he wore Grant Gustin's suit in season 5. Like he looked huge and he looked really weird in that.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. Do you think that we will see the Flash Gold? Yes, it's happening in episode 5. So next week or this week, wherever you are.
Hmm.
Wait, it's Saturday for you, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay, so yeah, next week then, not this week. The old suit I think is more futuristic. I don't. I think. Don't you think? Hmm. Uh,
Mm.
I would say so. Like, like I don't think we're getting the phasing effect anymore as well with this new Reverse Flash suit, and that does kind of bug me because I think it looks really cool when they do that.
Surely they got to do that. If they
They're not
don't,
gonna do it though, because that's what they did for the ending scene. Like only his eyes began to vibrate.
yeah, but he can do that.
Hopefully the suit vibrates because that looks really cool. But yeah, I do agree. Yeah, the old suit looks more futuristic. Maybe Despero offers Team Flash killing Thawne, but they hesitate. Let Thawne be just killed. Maybe that like I think Despero will be on the hunt to actually kill Eobard, but maybe Barry's trying to protect Eobard. Oh, that could actually be the reasoning why. Maybe Barry's trying to protect Eobard, and Despero finds out, and then Despero and the Flash have a rivalry after that.
Yeah,
That could
like
be
that.
a possibility.
That hallway scene with Despero. It's probably going to go like Despero says that he's going to have to kill Thawne, and then Barry's like, no, 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 and then he's like, but he's going to bring about Armageddon still, and then they argue, and then yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm confused. Ryan Choi with the Flash looks nothing like the Ray Palmer suit. Yeah, the Atom suit we saw in episode 4, it's pretty much like a concept suit for the Flash, but just the colors are different. That's pretty much it. So originally, it's a incomplete Flash suit.
well, I think it's really that the cowl that's like the exact same, right?
Yeah,
I
the
think
cowl
it's got
is
some.
literally the exact same, but except it doesn't have the chin strap. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think the torso is different.
Yeah, Here's the thing, right? I take fault with this, and I'm sorry for the rants for the past couple of weeks. Will Barry get his level up speed back? The answer is he already has it. Because the whole timeline is restored. Barry restored it. So, technically speaking, Armageddon never happens. Like, if you look at the other characters, when Barry goes to the lounge and sees Team Flash, none of them have any trace of memories from between episodes 1 to 3. They don't remember anything, meaning the timeline is just completely changed. And since Armageddon never happens, since Despero never invades and tells Barry that he's the one who's going to cause Armageddon, Barry never goes to Jefferson Pierce. Barry never goes crazy in the first place. So he still has his level up speed. He gets it back pretty much. But the only thing is, Barry, Despero, and Thawne will be the only ones who have the memories of the Armageddon timeline, if you will.
Yeah.
Despero wants to kill both Barry and Thawne, so they have to fight to survive. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, maybe, possibly.
One last question. Why don't they have set photos for the next episodes? Where's Canada Grass when you need them?
Well, I do know that he's missed a lot of the sets.
Yeah.
He hasn't heard about them until afterwards. He did go to a set the other day, but he hasn't posted any photos, so it probably wasn't anything special.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, there's your answer. Maybe Despero kills the Reverse Flash. Most probably. And also, right, I'm not one to stan West Allen very often, and I'm gonna add appreciation to the scene because it was just very well done. That very last Barry and Iris scene where he like speeds to her and dives for the hug, I loved that. It just felt very natural how Barry just lost everything in this reverse Flashpoint timeline, and then like Barry loses all that hope and stuff. And when the timeline's restored, when he just sees his friends around and sees Iris, I really love that. Now, for those who don't know, we do actually have a new casting announcement which has been made for the Flash season 8 as well. So we'll just go over that quickly during this stream as well. But firstly, let's just answer this question. It will be cool seeing a new suit for Zoom similar to Thawne's. No, I don't want Zoom's suit to change. I think it looks really scary and just really cool.
Yeah, I think if they made it like Thorns, it'll ruin the scariness of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And the whole point of Thorn's new suit, I think, is to make it like the complete opposite of Barry's, kind of.
Yeah. I hope we will see how Thawne creates his powers or just Thawne as a child. I don't necessarily want to see that. I just want to see a Reverse Flash origin episode, which I think will for sure happen in the final season of The Flash. It's just whenever that is, we don't know.
Something that I thought of the other day is that in the final season, um, during the interlude, we could have like 1 or 2 episodes for Reverse Flash Origins, and then the right after that would be the final graphic
Yeah.
novel, and that could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
Reverse Flash as the villain for that.
That would be sick. That would be sick. Flash first, can you check your DMs real quick? It depends on where you DM'd me, where I'd be able to see it or not. Because if you DM me on Instagram, in regards to that, I forgot the login for that account and I also forgot the password. So there is no way I'll be able to respond to you if you DM me on Instagram. If you do have a question, just join my Discord server. I would answer over there, or just DM me on Twitter and I will most probably answer you over there as well. So, yeah, going over this casting announcement. Share screen. Oh, wait, wrong one. Here we go. So I hope you guys can see this. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Yeah, we can see it. Okay, so The Flash is oh wait, we'll just read the title first. The Flash, Mika Abdullah cast on CW superhero series as Tinya Wazo exclusive. The Project MCU2 alum is about to get investigated by Iris West Allen. Okay. The Flash is getting a new metahuman. Mika Abdullah has joined the CW Arrowverse series, the Rap can exclusively report. Abdullah will play Tinya Wazo, a character DC Comics fans best know as Apparition, a member of the Legion of Superheroes, though no details were immediately available about when or if Tinya would get a superhero name on the show. On The Flash, she'll make her debut after Iris West Allen's Candice Patton, editor of CCC Media, starts looking into her. Here's the character description. After years of successfully hiding in plain sight, reluctant meta teenager Tinya Wazo's life is turned upside down when she becomes the subject of Iris West Allen's latest investigation for CCC Media. Soon, Tinya is thrust into a more dangerous world she's ever knew existed, one that will change her life forever. So, yeah, pretty interesting. And I am interested to see what they will do with this character. The only thing which will get me worried is that if she is a series regular or not. I don't think she will be, right? She'll just be like a one-off character or something like that, or
I don't know about one-off, but probably not
recurring
a
character. We'll
regular.
say recurring
Yeah,
character like Chillblaine or something like that. Because the thing is, right? I do have an issue with like big cast shows getting newer characters every season. Like with the Flash, they are huge right now. We have a lot of people part of Team Flash, and we're at a point right now where they can barely develop characters like Chester and Allegra, who are new characters. So to bring in a new character, I just don't get the point of it. If that is obviously that she's going to end up joining Team Flash and she ends up being this like series regular, being that full time superhero, I would have an issue with that. But if she's a recurring character like Sue Dearborn, I wouldn't mind that at all. In fact, I would think it's pretty cool. But in regards to this character, I have never heard of her before. Obviously, the Arrowverse is going to do a different take on this character anyway, so it's not like you need to have context in regards to who she actually is in the comics, because there's a lot that the Arrowverse does different to their comic book counterparts. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
Um, I'm interested to see what like why Iris is investigating her.
You know what I'm glad to see, right? You know how we're diving deep into this Iris time sickness thing? I'm glad to see that we're still getting some sort of CCC media storylines with Iris as well.
Yeah,
I'm just glad to see that continue, and hopefully it
definitely.
will be great.
I
But yeah,
mean, when this
oh, go
character
on.
comes in, if we had something like remember Chester in season 6, how he came in for was meant to be 4 episodes.
Yeah, yeah,
So we could have if we have something like that, where every few episodes she's in an episode or something like that.
that could be the case as well. Who knows? But yeah, she's a member of the Legion of Superheroes as well. So are they setting up a Legion of Superheroes show? I wish, but no, they will not. But I'm very interested to see what this character is all about. I will probably do like a separate video on this where I go over it in more detail. But for now, this is all I have with the casting announcement and stuff like that. But I am interested to see what they will do with this character and how she plays into the season, if you will.
You know what? She's probably going to join CCC Media.
That could actually be a possibility as well. That could actually happen, like what they did with Allegra, right?
Yeah.
Can we get Matt Letcher back as the original Reverse Flash? I think we have to for the final season. It just has to happen.
Might even be getting him this season, so
Yeah, yeah, you might even be getting him this season. But the thing is, right? Tom Cavanaugh was so good in this episode. I just don't think you can top him acting wise. Like he just plays a really really good villain, whereas Matt Letcher he plays more of a psychopath over like a villain. Would you agree with that?
yeah.
So I would love to see Matt Letcher back. Don't get me wrong, but my Reverse Flash is Tom Cavanaugh. I know a lot of people have issues with Tom Cavanaugh as the Reverse Flash due to like logic issues and various other things like that. But for me, my Reverse Flash will always be Tom Cavanaugh. but I do love Matt Letcher's Thawne as well. What about you?
Well, if Matt Lecter comes back as the main Reverse Flash for every other appearance he has, I wouldn't mind at all. I don't mind who's playing him, but
Yeah, yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind.
yeah, I do think we need to see him before the show ends. And
Definitely, yeah.
if the Thorn that we have now, his story in like finishes somewhat in this episode, then um, I think we kind of have to get Matt Lecter back.
I agree. Yeah,
Wait,
definitely.
no. Well,
Go on.
in that interview when Eric Wallace or someone said that Thorn is having a season-long story, I'm pretty sure he mentions like it's the same Thorn as from Armageddon. So I don't think he's gonna die.
Did he?
Or he like alluded to it because he says like
Hmm.
he wants to be faster than Barry and all that, and that plays throughout the entire season, kind of, or something like that.
Hmm. That's
So yeah,
interesting. I don't know. It would be. I mean, as you said, I wouldn't mind at all. Whoever it is, because they're both really great actors. But we need to see Matt Letcher at some point. Like it needs to happen.
definitely.
Now, in regards to the back half of the Flash season 8, we do know that we will be having two more graphic novels adding on to an interlude. So, are there any villains you would like to see as the next graphic novel main villains?
Um, well, obviously there's the obvious ones like Cobalt Blue and Red Death.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Um, but I also want to see Chronarch.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um, I want to see the Lady in Red at some point, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
The the lady in red, right? Now, I have a absolutely crazy theory about this. Could it
Hmm.
be? Can it be Jesse Quick and Batwoman?
And Batwoman, I don't think so because Batwoman was around like fighting this Lady in Red.
That is true. That is true. But they did mention a lady in red, so I am interested to see who that is. You know what would have been cool, right? When you mentioned Chronarch,
Mm,
you remember that time when uh Abracadabra mentioned that Barry becomes obsessed with the future.
hmm.
Like it would have been cool to like bring in that storyline for Armageddon. I think that would have been very interesting. Like having Barry go crazy due to him trying
Yeah,
to, explore the future and see what happens. That would have been really cool.
I mean, I thought that's what they were going to do, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I genuinely thought that's what they were gonna do as well. It would have been really cool if they did actually do that, but maybe we're
Yeah.
gonna get that some other time.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call again.
Mm. I hope we will see how Thawne creates his powers, or just yeah, I would love to see how Thawne creates his powers as well. It would be a really cool thing if we do get a Reverse Flash Origin episode. Why does Eric Wallace love the love? I don't know. I don't know. But in his defense, the the love element they used with this episode was actually fitting. I did not mind it when they used it with this, but when they use it in other times, I do have massive issues with it. Wait, if he became who Iris loves, won't that mean that he murdered Joe? Do you understand this? I don't, because remember they were kids. No, no, I don't think so. Are you talking about Reverse Flash Barry over here? Because I do not understand the question. Sorry. Now, also, right, since this is part 5 and this is like the last episode of graphic novel number 5, we are going to expect some sort of a cliffhanger happening because for those who do not know, the Flash will be on a 3-month break after episode 5. I know it's annoying. It's probably to like catch up on filming or something like that because Armageddon took a very long time to film. For those who don't know, crossover type episodes take much longer to film than normal episodes, and you can just clearly see in general that they put more effort in Armageddon than they would with normal episodes. So because of that, it does seem like they actually took a lot more time filming those episodes, and I think they took this 3-month break to actually like catch up on the other episodes which they have to film. So that's why we're getting a 3-month break. So we should expect some sort of a cliffhanger taking place which will make us go, oh my god, what was that ending? I cannot wait for the Flash to return. And I'm interested to see what that is. Will it be like a new villain setup? Will it be will it be something happening to Barry? Because we could assume that Barry will not be in the episode, judging from who's in episode 6. That would be actually pretty cool to see. But what do you think, Arrowverse scenes?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about like a cliffhanger taking place by the end of episode 5.
Yeah, well, I think that there is going to be a cliffhanger that means that he's not in the next episode or something like that.
Yeah.
Whether like he gets erased or he has to go somewhere or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't
Oh, that
really
would
know.
be pretty cool. Him getting erased and then Bart and Nora work together to try and bring Barry back.
Yeah,
That wouldn't make sense though, because if Barry's technically erased and if he
then they
quote,
wouldn't be alive.
yeah, I mean, we could also assume that while Bart and Nora do something, Jay Garrick and Barry do another thing.
Yeah,
But from like things we've seen in through set photos or just promo material in general, it doesn't look like Barry will be in that episode much. It's going to be one of those episodes where it's focused more around other characters over the main character because again, it's an interlude episode. So it's gonna be a Bart Nora Jay Garrick episode and Barry will barely be in it. So I'm interested to see what they will do with that. And
and
obviously oh, go on.
I'm just gonna say probably the same thing you're about to say. It's good that they're doing the interludes just for the fact that um it's an excuse for Grant
Grant
not to be
deserves
in
the
the
break. Yeah,
episodes because
exactly.
he's
Yeah.
done 5 full episodes basically of just
Exactly. Yeah,
him.
he
So
deserves it.
and it's better than him not being in like episodes for the main graphic novel from not being in those episodes.
Exactly.
It's better
Yeah.
just for it to be like bottle episodes.
Ooh, interesting. I just googled Red Lady Speedster and Christina Alexandrova popped up as a Russian Flash. Ooh, that's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, I saw people saying that it could be Peggy Allen, just a villain and a speedster because they've got a red suit.
Who's Peggy Allen? I don't know who that is.
I don't know much, but I just know that they're not a villain and they're not a speedster in the
Oh,
comics. But
okay.
yeah,
Which episode are they filming right now? I think it's 12 right now.
something maybe 11 or 12, something
It's either
probably
it's either 11 or 12. It's one of those.
11. It might be 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pretty interesting as well. I think they're investigating something or the truth behind Eddie's death. Yeah, that could be very possible as well. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream in a bit. So be sure to send in your final questions if you guys have any, and I'll be sure to answer them. I will make a new video tomorrow, maybe I don't know, more theories about Armageddon or something along those lines. But yeah, stay tuned for a new upload tomorrow as well.
Yeah. No promo images, which is a bit annoying.
Oh, no promo images. I mean, they do normally release it like tomorrow, right?
Well, yeah, last week it was today, but it's a finale like episode, and they're usually closer to when the episode actually comes out. So in the next few days, it'll probably be out.
Hmm. I'm very excited for next episode. I still want to see what that scene's about between Caitlyn and Reverse Flash.
Yeah, definitely.
Because as Eric Wallace says, it's gonna send chills down your spine. So I'm very excited for it.
Yeah. And you're
Oh,
obviously
sorry.
excited for the arrow mentions like Oliver.
Yes, I hope we get some Oliver Queen mentions. If we don't, I'm canceling the show. If we don't, I'm canceling the show. We need Oliver Queen references during the episode. What does Mia have to do with this Armageddon crossover? I am confused. So, like, if we go back to the synopsis does say, I'm only going to read over the Mia Queen part. Mia Queen drops in from the future looking to save a lost loved one, and she won't let anything stand in her way. Now, from the ending of episode 4, we do know that Reverse Flash is getting the help of Gideon from the Time Vault to supposedly change the timeline again, because he does say, no one changes the timeline but me. I will live and I will change what's about to happen. And he swipes at the plinth while he's talking to Gideon. So that does suggest that he's essentially going to attack the timeline and just cause these different anachronisms, if you will. And then what my theory is, one of the possible things which happens is that due to something Eobard does, William ends up dying. And if you don't watch Arrow, William is basically Mia's brother. So he could end up dying, and then Mia could end up going to 2021, and then Barry could explain everything. This is what happened. Thawne did this, and then that's how Mia could play into it. And then Mia could just go like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy," and then Oliver, not Oliver, Barry's gonna try and stop Mia from doing that, and then we could get some Oliver Queen references as well. But who knows? Who
You
knows?
know, what I'm hoping for is if we don't get this, I am going to cancel the show along with you.
Nanites courtesy of Ray Palmer.
Yes,
Yes,
or and
we
that's courtesy of um
Ryan Choi.
Ryan Choi.
Because we do know that they will be fighting each other. They fight each other in CCPD. So I would love to see Green Arrow and the Reverse Flash going at it again. Obviously, it will not be Oliver Queen, but it will still be Green Arrow. And it's the daughter doing it this time, and it will just be really cool to see the father doing it a couple of years ago, and now the daughter's doing it. I would just really love that.
Yeah.
Where did Barry go on that night where Eobard killed Barry's mother? He just got thrown away a couple of blocks, right? Or is that
No,
future Barry?
Future Barry. I think he's talking about. He was erased from existence, wasn't he?
Yeah, he probably got erased from existence, or yeah, or he became the lightning that struck him in 2013. That's another theory.
Mm.
Gideon a snitch. I agree. Gideon L for that. Yep. Because Eobard says nothing about the future and how it was. Yeah. And he wouldn't really say anything about the future because that would just cause a bunch more timeline changes as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream right now. It was really fun doing this again. Thank you once again to Anti Flasherverse for joining me. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which again, as I said, will most probably be tomorrow. If not, I will upload it on Sunday. So yeah, take care, everyone.